Ride 9 Feet Lounge live Saturday morning. Still chalking it up with my man Oscar Sanders. Let's obviously get your poem, and that was
we need some candles.
Yeah, that was real. That was
started
real.
So deep, you were stuttering.
Like
got
Mama said, my mama said.
When you say the Jets, it does stutter. You know?
Yeah.
We got a few more weeks for that. I'm not going in late June, so you don't even have a team. You just bounce around to whoever's got the first 5 wins.
I ain't trying to get I take chances doing this stuff because you never know, man. The federal government, they start putting taps on your phone. You know what I mean?
Well, you just a guest today.
Put you in the no-fly zone. They be like,
you just a guest.
You know.
Let me be. I ain't got nothing to take.
Yeah.
I ain't got no weapon
already.
You know,
but let's talk about the political game. Obviously.
My God.
We got. We're coming now into the conventions. I think the Republican conventions in 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
In Cleveland. Let's talk about the Trump phenomenon.
I think basically what Trump means, and a lot of people are looking at all the demagoguery and the stuff that's going on. But what it is, it lifts the veil on all of the covert racism that was out there all along.
Right.
It reminded me of when Donald Sterling, was on that tape.
Yeah.
And then I watched one of the games with Charles Barkley was on. And Charles Barkley, he said, that MF. He said he would come up to me and shake my hand, Donald Sterling, and say, how's the family and friends? And then turn around and he probably said, that N. Because that's what it costs today because of civil rights. It was like, you're still a slave to them for $90 million.
Right.
And I think, did you see how the Clippers looked that night? They were like dejected.
They were mummies.
Like, I'm getting paid. I thought they liked me.
Wow.
You could see that they thought we're not them.
That's a lot going on in America right now.
They really realize that it don't matter how much money you make, bro.
No, you still.
That's what it costs for me to use you.
Magic said that as well. But obviously everybody know Magic Johnson's birth.
Right.
But he said that as well. Like him and Donald would talk about family and friends, and he was actually the one on the tape. They started with him because the girlfriend took a picture with Magic.
Right. Yeah.
That was where the problem stood at,
So it shows you, man, exactly that people are still shocked over this type of thing. But now here are these other people that are regular that had to keep their mouths shut because, they just couldn't, really say what they wanted to say. But now.
And years ago, Malcolm X made a comment, you could get all the education, all the money in the world, but to different races, groups, you still consider the N word.
Right.
And it's still to that day.
Right.
Sapphire?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know why we're so surprised. In they're using me. I'm getting paid. Or they don't like me. I don't understand why we in this world that we're going to be equal.
Well, I think with the political process, with the Trump thing, I think as all people, I think we want to believe that we're better than that. In 2016, we're better than.
We earned it.
Right,
we earned the fairness.
We
earned the
But in
fairness
reality,
through civil rights
we
laws.
didn't earn anything. We're never going to be equal. We're never going to be fully accepted, and that's what it is. And we're still looking for acceptance in an area that we will never be accepted.
Now, Just has come on. He's been on his mic for those who watch or listen to the show
Trump
each week.
supporter.
He is a Trump backer, and he ain't sprayed that on this morning.
He won't put it on back of his bumper that he's a Trump supporter.
So your thoughts on what like Sapphire is saying and the thoughts we're saying about.
I agree with you 100%, but I also look at the other areas that the coin holds, and that's the thing. You can't just look at one aspect of it. As far as a thinker, a almost billionaire, and a management type guy, he's hold a lot of positions. He makes a lot of things happen. Do I agree with everything that he does and says? No, I don't think I've ever agreed with any political candidate on all their opinions and ideas.
Right.
But as far as what I see from the other side and what I see from him, I push for him. And that's just my own personal objections. Do I have objections with a lot of the things he says and does? Yes, I do. And I don't agree with them. But I have to look at a person as a whole and not on just one particular aspect.
Backstage, I know, again, you're pretty passionate about the political process as well. Your thoughts on that? Now, I know you like the third party.
Bernie.
But Bernie's
Bernie's on the
supported
weekend.
Hillary.
Vote for Hillary.
Right, so pretty much that was the last straw in his coffin.
Right.
But your thoughts on the process?
With the Trump situation, to me, it's just the sad thing to say about it is that he's just playing a game, to him, because all he's doing is that he's throwing all the smoke and mirrors up, saying everything that people have been saying for the longest, and just putting it out there on everything. That's all it is. And he doesn't really care. He's just looking at this as a big payday, as a big funny thing for him. And I look at it, he's more like that. Remember that old movie Bruce's Millions? Where he got into the political field just to lose money or to get his name out a little bit more. That's all this I look like this with.
So Oscar, let me go back to you. Do you think Trump just did a marketing job on all those Caucasian, majority Caucasian, not just, but the majority of the Caucasian audience to say, hey, you know what? They say the white male feels like they're being left out. Like, you know, like
you know why you're being left out? Because you're poorly educated, like he says.
Right. And he says that, right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a redneck, you know, and you live in, you know, Duck Dynasty, you are being left out. If you want to be part of everything, then you need to go, you know, and go to school.
Right.
You need to go to school and stop using assault rifles.
Right.
There's a reason why you're an outsider. You chose that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you could live anywhere in the world. Why are you 90 miles from the city?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
man.
So you living in a trailer.
And a bodega in sight.
Yeah. But the whole thing also with Trump, the whole situation is he's bored.
Right.
Now, do you want a guy who literally, I just came from Atlantic City, wore that out?
Yeah.
Wore that out.
Yeah, ain't no
now
Atlantic
you want to make him president? So he can just wear this out to the magma of the earth? You know what I mean? I mean, this guy is not a politician under no circumstance. He doesn't know how to do anything.
Artist.
He doesn't know anything. I've explained more things in my life than he's ever explained.
Right.
You know? He doesn't take care of his employees.
No.
It's hell. It's hell to work for. I feel sorry for anybody that's an employee.
He don't even
that
really
work for-
explain. When he's on a platform, he really don't
No,
explain
he
what he
doesn't
want to
He's
do.
ranting.
He'll
He's
say something and go to something
I would
else.
accept that more from Stevie Wonder at the Grammys than I would from him.
Shout out to Stevie Wonder. Shout out to Stevie.
You know,
My Sharia
I can
Moore.
see clearly now the rain is gone.
This is a deep topic. I mean, we could spend hours on it, because at the end of the day, it's not about if you like Trump, if you like Hillary. It's past them. And yeah, Trump has done a lot of things, but you know what? If I was in Trump position, I could be making moves too. I think we all can, and we're on a certain status
Yeah, but he's
to
not-
make
he's
to
not
make
winning
to make
anything, though.
moves. The bottom line is African Americans and us against the world. And at the end of the day, in certain arenas, because they pay us certain things in NBA and NFL and things like that, because we getting this money, we're forgetting a lot of things. And those athletes are forgetting a lot of things that at the end of the day, we are seen as workhorses.
But you know what?
Work mules.
As-
Hold on for 1 second. Pay them enough. I'm going to sweeten you up so I can keep you going. It's just like a car. You oil it. You got to do what you got to do. You got to love it. You got to take care of it because you want it to run long.
But whose fault is that, Simone? Sapphire?
At the end of the day, it's really nobody's fault.
Larry Johnson made a comment.
Job, you need a job. You need to work. Right?
Larry Johnson made a comment a couple years ago about all the superstars need to start their own league.
They should.
We talk about, obviously, Ali just passed, and they had the big summit many years ago with Ali, Jim Brown, Lou
Kareem
Alcindor,
Abdul-Jabbar,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Bill Russell.
Right. So my thing is that we choose these routes. Remember, the Negro Leagues were, we had issues with that. It was a very successful operation until they started letting black players into the major leagues. Why would you go to Negro Leagues?
Because they were competing with
So
the
this
major
is nothing
leagues.
Money,
new.
finance.
Right. I got that, but this is nothing new. But 2016, we have the ability to control our own commerce. You don't have to, like we were kids, we read a book.
Right.
And the only thing I learned about black history as a kid was Crispus Attucks. That's the only thing I knew. Crispus Attucks, he was the first guy in the American Revolution they shot. That was only that, and Martin Luther King was the only. You never learned about Malcolm X. You didn't learn about Medgar Evers. You didn't learn about this stuff here. You didn't learn about us being kings and queens in Africa.
George Washington Carver, you did.
Well, that too, in a peanut, yeah. Right. So what I'm trying to say is that the mirror, and I use the key word that is the mirror. When are we going to start looking at that mirror and not liking what we see? When it's like the Mona Scotts of the world going to start looking at that mirror and saying, you know what, maybe what I'm doing here is not right. I think that mirror got a little bit tough for Shaq's wife. That's why they changed basketball-wise. Somebody's got to look at that mirror.
But you know what? In this whole scheme of what we all saying, how we all as blacks should join together. We gotta stop hating on each other because we got so many blacks that hate light. You like the Cleveland and the Golden State. I heard people saying from a white person, "Oh, it look like it's the light skins against the dark skins."
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
it's
or who we accept.
Right.
Oh, I like Jeter. He's not like everybody. everybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
OJ.
He's the acceptable.
Yeah.
He's the acceptable guy. He's harmless.
Right.
See, that's the whole key when you're harmless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, he's not radical.
The
He's
emasculation
not
of
radical.
black men.
Yeah,
Take
he's
it
not
down.
radical. Well,
He's
now
not.
we can go there with the
Bro.
capri pants and the roll up stuff
Right.
that we see Westbrook and then we see
Dwayne
Dwayne
Wade.
Wade and all these other guys wearing. I don't know where that's coming from. You know
Right.
what I mean? And suddenly,
Europe.
Everybody's Howard Hughes. Everybody's wearing fedoras and don't know how to wear them.
Right. Right. We're chopping it up with Oscar Sanders here. We're getting a lot of knowledge. Let's talk about, we discussed earlier off the break, and I want to dive into it with slavery on TV. All of a sudden, slavery has become big business again on television.
You mean the Roots?
Roots.
I didn't
and
even
I've not
watch
watched
it.
that
12
yet.
Years a Slave.
I haven't
And
watched
watching
that.
The
any of
Butler?
that
I
stuff.
didn't
the
even watch
Butler.
Django.
Django. Keep it coming.
Well, at least Django got his revenge.
Yeah,
I
this
guess.
Django was a good movie. That was a good movie.
Well, not to Spike. Not to Spike. This is another guy that burns me up. You know?
Spike?
Oh,
Spike
my
Lee?
God. Yeah. Oh, well, you
Wow.
can't say, you can't say the N-word that much. Well, wait a minute. Back in 1760-something, they wasn't calling nobody Mr. Johnson. Sir? What you talking about?
They were.
Man.
And this is
Forget
a
that.
guy.
2016, they still ain't
And
saying
this is
it.
a guy that grew up in Brooklyn. He wasn't a thug.
Right.
He's never been arrested.
Right.
Went to NYU. Went to Morehouse. Been making movies for 30 years. Where has racism affected you? Where has racism affected you?
Maybe-
So stop talking about
maybe
that. You don't know.
because-
You don't know nothing about it, brother.
It's a sense.
You
maybe
never
because
even
he's
been
seen
stopped.
It. Maybe because he's seen it. I mean, a lot of times, some black people say, I never been involved in racism, but they seen it. Maybe because he's seen it.
Look,
Yeah.
I see him and Sam Jackson and Charles Barkley making Capital One commercials. They still didn't get stopped yet. The cops still haven't stopped them.
Now Charles
didn't even
gets
think about
stopped.
that.
Now Charles gets stopped. I can vouch for Charles. Charles, he gets stopped. Charles is a problem.
No, but I'm talking about all three of them together.
Oh, no.
No, and that's why I respect Charles. He's honest.
He's honest. He's blunt.
He's
blunt
honest, straight up and down.
Yeah.
He's honest. But a lot of these guys need to stop that. They don't know what they're talking about. They have not experienced any of this. You have benefited from this. And how they ride, Tyler Perry to no end. You've been in this business longer than him, and you ain't got no studio.
Right.
This man got a studio and was homeless, and his whole story. I don't like his movies, but I respect him as a man and how he came up. The best movie I think he ever made was Alex Cross, but nobody wants to see him
Of course, he's not in the
with a
dress.
suit on.
Right.
Right. Not in a
He looks
dress.
so professional.
And I want to touch on that
Right.
because I've said on this mic why I believe Tyler Perry is a genius. I do have a problem with the imagery
Yeah.
because I think again, to an adults in the room, okay, we laugh at it. I mean, he ain't the first guy. Flip Wilson, Jamie Foxx, they all put on dresses. But to a 5 or 10-year-old who's like, wow, young black man, young kid growing up or girl growing up, I have to put on a dress to get successful. I understand what the Chitlin Circuit and what he had to do, but I like to see more of the Alex Crosses. I feel at this stage of his career, he can be a shot caller.
Right.
He don't have to just take the norm.
Right.
Your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Being a filmmaker.
Yeah. Well, look at Jaden Smith.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That's the evolution.
Where'd you get that from?
Right.
And I said everybody in Calabasas is dressing like that. He need to hang out with Ray Donovan.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you his whole outlook is mainly from his parents.
You mean Will wears dresses too?
No.
Oh.
Just they have him and his
Never
and
know he's
Will
in the house.
and Jada and the kids have said it on TV. I was watching something that they have lived just a very free spirited with their kids, more so on not how don't listen, you're a young man, you're not going to be doing this, and boys don't do this, boys don't do that, and little girls are this way, and little girls do this and that. Because they said come from an environment where it was just you act, you do how you feel.
Will Smith is a psycho. He's a Scientologist.
You act
know
on
what I
how
mean?
you
He's a
feel.
Scientologist. So
But
he
how
believes in spaceships.
But how you
and
raise
stuff.
your kids, though,
Yeah.
will show on how they
He said-
develop.
Yeah. Have you ever heard Will Smith in an interview? You got to wait at least
world.
40 minutes before he makes a point. The first 40 minutes of it is psychobabble. You know what I mean? And then he
He's
gets
been
into
hanging out
the.
with Tom Cruise. Huh?
Oh my God.
He said he lets kids have their own freedom of expression.
Yeah, they're very,
That's why
they're very,
they like
they're
that.
very-
He said they
just
like
Something.
Just a
I mean,
very
I'm not a father, so I can't judge. But something's wrong with a kid wearing a dress. I'm a young man wearing a dress. I just think again, It's not. Maybe it doesn't affect Will Smith's kids or Willow, whatever the kid's name.
I hope he can go in the bathroom he want to go
No,
in.
because if you listen to him, he said he doesn't look at himself as being a boy or being a girl. He looks at himself as being
a
an individual,
person?
and
And
that's just as a
something
person.
is wrong.
And
Something
that's-
wrong with that.
No,
There's
'cause
something
he
wrong
said
with
he would
that.
take, he would castrate himself because that.
You see?
All right,
No,
all
but you
right,
see,
let's get
this is what
Kid is
what
18.
happens when people don't like to take a stand on who they are. This goes back to Tiger with the cannibal Asian and all. Who the hell are you?
Right.
You know what I mean? And stop trying to get around that by making these, like,
got
they're putting
India
all
in
these
my family.
conjunctive words
You're
together.
black. You're
yeah,
black.
Yeah, you know, or if I take white. You know, he's got the tombstone teeth. He can get away with it.
Like the movie.
You know?
I'm black and I'm black and I'm black and I'm black.
Yeah,
That's
but,
what-
I mean, but this
That's all.
thing where they like think they're fooling people and people are like
You're not.
looking at you.
You're not. You're not.
I remember I went to school. This is a funny thing. I tell this story all the time. This white lady, I used to work with, and I was finally getting ready, to leave, and she told me, "Oh, something happened," and I said something, and she said, "Oh, I didn't even know you was black." I said, "Well, the cops know. The cops know. They never make a mistake."
Yeah, like great spray tan, huh?
That was years
You
ago,
got an
right?
all year 10, huh?
That
No,
was
maybe
years ago. That was years.
2005 or something.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah. Well, her name was Megan. So, well, I mean, Marilyn. She had a daughter named Megan. So, what are you gonna do?
No, because she's over there like I didn't know this.
And then this even goes worse. I mean, people do not pay attention. I'm in high school. Girl kept calling me Matthew.
You know what? I want to say this to the panel. Dude, when you with friends, I have people. Other day I was with a few friends, and I told somebody, I was with a couple of my friends, and I never characterized what race they are. So somebody said, well, that sounds like a white person. I said, but you see, I don't look at it like that. They friends. I hate when people characterize a friend.
We
a group
always
of
put people down in
if they white or
categories.
black. They
Yeah,
friends. Why?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
How many
makes
of us
a
have
racism
them?
thing. And that really bothers me.
Well, we separate people, and that's why
that's the
we
problem.
continue to
That's
do
why
that.
we
We're
in-
not
yeah.
people. We're not people. It's not humane. It's always about us against them, you against me. Are they this, or you talk white, or you have good hair, you have bad hair,
You have no hair.
yeah.
But
Now bad hair is in.
But we've
Yeah.
been taught to prejudge our whole lives.
Yeah.
From when you're growing up in, I don't know, as a baby till now. You're always taught to prejudge. You're always taught to look at somebody, eye them up and down, and judge to see who they are. Like when I walked in, I looked at you, I judged you, I said, okay. But I read behind you. I knew your story. So I knew, I was like, all right, let me see what he has. And now I'm like, okay, brother's full of knowledge. I'm enjoying this.
Brother going to the barbecue.
You know?
But everything is first impressions. Everything
Yeah,
is first
everything is first
impressions.
impressions
Automatically,
and
when you drink, when
prejudgment.
you're looking at somebody, when you're in a restaurant, food, you're looking around. Everything is first impressions before someone actually speaks. We can't be mad at that. We can't believe that. How else are you going to decide how you're going to move?
Yeah, but
There's no
sometimes,
way around that sometimes.
they're judging people that they don't know. When you
Exactly.
talk about putting up walls, and wait a minute, what was Ellis Island about? Because ain't none of you, like Obama said, ain't nobody unless you're American Indian,
Yep.
here first.
It's on
You
this
know what
property.
I mean? Yeah. So I don't understand how you did that. Italian, everybody, Polish, Czech.
Came on
Everybody
that island.
came through that
Now they're
island.
saying
You know,
African and slavery is not real.
you know,
We
I
can
mean,
talk about that later.
You know what I mean? I don't understand.
Brother,
That's
I
a
got
whole
to have
nother
it back
story.
on because
Okay.
we can continue this all day long.
Okay.
Ooh, that mic is
But thank
hot.
you.
Listen,
Let's move
before
on.
you give me one more, let's tell people they can find you at information, communication, things of that nature.
You can find me at the 6th building, Rikers Island. No,
I was getting ready to say, that's deep, brother. That's deep. That's deep. Which cell?
Crack Cell 7. No, you can call.
It's actually somebody actually going to that cell right now. See if you
I know somebody dumb right now. I knew him from somewhere.
exactly.
You know? Yeah. So
you and somebody else will be
at
there.
Oscar Sanders, Twitter. MalcolmEntertainment.com. That's where you can get my books, Final Hearing, Political Crime Drama, and movies. Facebook, Oscar Sanders. Michael Carvin, the movie, Facebook. Final Hearing, the novel, the book, Malcolm Entertainment.
Thank you, brother. Hey, give me about 30 seconds. Give me a breakdown of this one real quick before we go to break.
Talk about him.
Okay.
My,
We got
my
pages. My
Okay.
notes.
Why the hell can't I have clean water? I said, why the hell can't we have clean water? Are we turning this into a fight? Shouldn't crystal clear water be in sight? Who knew the emergency managers? Who knew he was the devil's ambassador? As a bureaucrat, it's your job to protect us, not to create rust and lead that causes all kinds of abnormalities and internal tragedies in the child's head. Forget that, in my head. And it leads to all kinds of pathogens which starve. Unique antigens. I describe my temper as shorter. All I'm asking for is New World water. I describe my temper as shorter. All I'm asking for is New World water. Right now, I drink and piss, or something that looks like piss. Something's amiss. As I fish and dig and research, clear water for us was besmirched. How you saving the state money when you find it hard to breathe? How you saving the state money when the result inflicts disease? These are laws against human nature when suddenly the state becomes the traitor.
Oscar Sanders. We'll be back.
Can I have some more?